Welcome! Today, we're doing something a little different. We are going to put your knowledge to the test with the Great Canadian Pop Quiz. So get your thinking caps on.
So you think you know Canada, eh? How well do you really know the Great White North? Are you a true Canuck or maybe just an honorary tourist? Well, let's dive in and find out for real.
Okay, let's kick things off with round one, which is all about law and government. We're going to test your knowledge of how Canada is actually run. Ready for your first question? Here we go. Question one. What is the supreme law of Canada? This is the big one, the very foundation of the country's entire legal system. What's the one document that everything else has to follow? Take a second. Think about it. And if you said B, the Constitution, you nailed it. That's your first point on the board. So why is this so important? Well, you can think of the Constitution as the ultimate rulebook for the whole country. Any new law that gets made at any level has to play by the rules set out in the Constitution. Nothing can override it. It's literally the blueprint for how Canada works. All right, question number two. Now this is a classic tricky one that trips a lot of people up, so think carefully. Who is Canada's official head of state? Who holds that top ceremonial role? And the answer is C, the monarch. If you got that one right, nicely done. But, this brings up a really important distinction. Yeah, this slide breaks it down perfectly. You've got the head of state. That's the monarch. It's a symbolic, ceremonial role, and they're represented in Canada by the Governor General. But then you have the head of government. That's the Prime Minister, the person with the actual political power who runs the country day to day. It's a really key difference in how Canada's government is set up. Okay, let's wrap up this first round with question number three. How is all of this government stuff structured? We know it's not just one big government running everything, so what are the three distinct levels of government in Canada? And there you have it. The answer is A, federal, provincial/territorial, and municipal. Each of these levels has its own specific jobs, covering everything from, national defense all the way down to making sure your local garbage gets picked up. And just like that, round one is done. So how's your score looking so far? Hopefully you're feeling warmed up because it's time for round two. Rights and responsibilities. Okay, this next question gets to the very heart of what it means to live in a free society. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms protects a lot of things, but which one of these rights is an absolute cornerstone of Canadian democracy? Yep, you got it. It's B, freedom of expression. This is a huge one, a fundamental freedom that's protected by the Charter and really forms the bedrock of public debate and personal liberty in the country. Okay, but it's not all about rights, is it? With those incredible freedoms come some pretty important responsibilities. So for question 5, what is a key responsibility Canadians have during an election? What's considered a core civic duty for every single eligible citizen? And the answer, of course, is B, to vote in federal elections. Look, things like campaigning or joining a party are fantastic ways to get involved, but simply casting your ballot is considered that fundamental responsibility for everyone who is eligible to do so. Okay, here we go. The home stretch. Welcome to round 3, history and culture. Just 2 more questions to go, so let's finish strong. All right, let's dig into the history books for this one. Think all the way back to 1867 when Canada was formed. Which province was the very first one to join the Confederation? Aha, did I get you with that one? The answer is, it's a trick question. See, the thing is, there wasn't a first province in the way you might think. Back in 1867, 4 provinces, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, all came together at the exact same time to create the Dominion of Canada. So it wasn't one joining the others, it was a brand new union. All right, this is it, the last question of the quiz. And it's about a really powerful national symbol, one that you see worn across the country every single November. What does the poppy represent? Yes, absolutely. C. It is a solemn and powerful symbol of remembrance for all those who have served and sacrificed in war. And that's a wrap. Pencils down, everybody. The quiz is officially over. So, the big question is, how'd you do? All right, let's find out your official Canadian status. Take a look at the scoreboard here. If you got between 0 and 2 correct, we're calling you an honorary tourist. Welcome. If you scored 3 to 5, congratulations, you are a certified Canuck. And if you got 6 or a perfect 7, wow, you are ready for citizenship. Well done. So whether you aced it or maybe just learned a few things along the way, we hope you had some fun. And we'll leave you with one last thing to think about. What do you believe is the single most essential thing everyone should know about Canada? Thanks so much for taking our quiz.